Hey, good morning, chemist. We actually today we're going to be working on the quiz we took on Friday. We're going to do this as a kind of warm up. We'll take the real quiz tomorrow since we have a short period today. So everyone should have on their desk a copy of the quiz, a periodic table, and an adding machine. Okay. So the problem I'm going to do here for the Ed puzzle is this one. It's the first problem on the quiz, right? So it says how many moles of iron chloride are formed from 10.3 grams of HCl. So two things I want to point out to you. The first thing is if you have a problem that says how many moles or how many grams, any problem that starts with how many, that's a stoichiometry problem. That means you're going to be setting up a reaction box, right? The second thing is when you get the problem, you should circle or put a square around what the known amount is. So in this case, we know we have 10.3 grams of HCl. So I'm just going to put a little box around that. It's going to make life a little bit easier when we start the problem. So I'm going to draw my reaction box. Okay, so reaction box will look like this. So, right, we give ourselves a top and a bottom floor, and then each part of the reaction gets its own piece of the reaction box. So where I see the plus sign, I draw a line down. Where I see the yield sign, draw another line down. Where I see that plus sign, I do that. Right, and now each piece of the reaction gets a compartment. Then the top floor we're going to get labeled grams. The bottom floor, or underground, right? That's where moles live. Moles live underground, right? So what do we have? So they gave us 10.3 grams of HCl. So we know we have 10.3 grams of HCl, or 10 point, we just make this 10.3 grams here. So what are they asking for? How many moles of FeCl2? So they're asking for that box, right? So we've got to go from here to here. So remember, we want to fill this moles box out completely first. So if I have grams and I want to go from grams to moles, anytime you go down, you divide by the molar mass of the element, of the substance that's in your column. So since we're in the column of HCl, to get from grams to moles here, I'm going to take the molar mass of this, right? So now I pull out my periodic table. I find H. I see H right there, right? Then I see its mass is 1.01. So that's 1. I can round that to 1. And then I find Cl, and if you look carefully, you see Cl is 35.45. So this has a mass of 1. This has a mass of 35.5. I'm not going to round that. Don't round that to 36 or round it down to 35. Just leave it at 35.5. I'm going to add those together, and I'm going to get a molar mass of 36.5. And notice, I didn't use this. This 2 in front does not affect the molar mass number, right? So now I know the molar mass of this is 36.5, so I'm going to take my calculator, right? And I'm going to do on my calculator 10.3, right? Divided by 36.5, and then that equals 0.282. So this is 0.282. Okay, so we're close. We got this number, and now what we can do is we can use the mole ratios to fill in the rest of the mole part. So if I know this is 0.282, this, now if I look here, I can say I need 1 mole of this for every 2 moles of this. In other words, this is half as much. What you're doing is you're taking this number, 0.282, and you're multiplying it by 1 divided by 2. So anytime you go from one box to another, you multiply by the mole ratio, which is the number of the coefficient you're going to, divided by the coefficient you're coming from. So 0.282 times 1 over 2. And so that's really dividing by 2. So I'm going to take this, divide by 2 equals 0.14. Right? So 0.41, or 0.141. And that's my final answer. Now, if I wanted to, I could find the moles here and here, right? Because this is 1 mole in the balance reaction. This is also 1 mole, right? So we know this is also going to be 0.141, and this is going to be 0.141, right? So anyways, that's how you do problem 1 on the quiz. Let me know if you have any questions.